Hello everybody, welcome back once again. I'm playing the Chrono Cross Remaster, and I'm actually just redoing, for the third time, my guide on the New Game Plus and Continue Plus. The first time I had audio issues, and then the second time I had something wrong in regards to Mel's recruitment, so I wanted to redo this. Also, this process can be a little bit complicated. So you can always take a look, and I'll have kind of a step-by-step process in the comment section, or I'm sorry, in the description box of the video. So take a look at that if you're having any confusions, and then that way you won't have to hear me go through this whole thing again. But one of the important things to know about New Game Plus and Continue Plus is it just helps to have some familiarization with this process before you start the game. And the reason for that is basically that Continue Plus is really efficient, or a very efficient way to recruit all of your characters. Now, you don't have to do it that way. You can just do a New Game Plus and play all the way through the game again if you want. But Continue Plus certainly takes less time if you remembered to keep some saves from your initial playthrough. Again, those are very important. The saves from your initial playthrough are the only ones that you can use to do a Continue Plus. So, like, if you do a New Game Plus, for instance, and just save wherever, right before your Viper Manor guide, well, you'll never be able to Continue Plus from that save. It has to be a save from, like, an initial save. So, again, keep that in mind. But So let me go through the different saves that I find are very, very useful. The first one is here at the 3rd star. This is right before you choose your Viper Manor guide. This is a very, very useful save to keep because at this point it's kind of a split point, and you'll get 3 different characters depending on which you choose. So again, a very, very good save to have. Now, the second one, and I never actually did this one, but there is a save basically right after the Viper Manor events, and this is before you choose to save Kid or not. I don't find that one as useful because there isn't that much time that you're saving in between this save at 3 stars and that choice to save Kid or not, right? It's just the Viper Manor event. So that save I don't find as useful, but again, go ahead if you want to do that. The next save, though, that I do find is very useful is really at any point while Harle is still in your party. I've got this save here at 29. This is basically right before she leaves the party. And that is going to be a very important save because that is how you will get Harle into your final save. And then the last one here is at star level 40. This is basically right before the Royaljelly fight. I like this save because at this point you can have the Chrono Cross as well as and thus the ability to pull all of your characters using that Chrono Cross from Sprig's house. I'll go over that process too once I kind of get there. But anyways, let's just see here. So I think let's just load a save here really quick. I'm actually gonna reload something here. This isn't the one that I want to have, but so I'm gonna load up the save from my initial playthrough, which is right here. So here I'm at 48 stars, which you can see there at the bottom, and let's just go over the recruits that I've got, or the roster. So in this playthrough, I chose Nikki as my Viper Manor guide. And then I chose to not save Kid, which got me Glenn, Matcha, and Doc. So that's my initial playthrough. And you can see here towards the bottom now, I've also recruited all of the extra characters that you can get. But you can see here, I'm missing 4 characters. So basically what I'm missing here is the 2 Viper Manor guides, and then I'm missing the 3 characters from the Save Kid route. So that will be Korcha, Mel, and Razli. And then I'm also missing Harle. So what I did here was basically beat the game. So I went all the way up to the 48 star, and then I went and did the battle on Opassa Beach with the Time Devourer. And then I saved the game. So, and that's one of the important things to know about this whole process, right? You have to beat the game at least once. So at that point I saved my game, and so you can see here the star and where it says 48 there, it's in yellow. That designates a clear file. Now, the only thing that you can do with a clear file is either choose to do a new game plus or a continue plus. Now, if you didn't remember to, or you didn't know about, making saves periodically as you go through the game, then no big deal. Just use a new game plus. You'll have to start the game right from the beginning and play through. You can choose a different Viper Manor guide than you chose for your initial playthrough, and then you can either choose to save or not save kid, again depending on which choice you went with in your first game. Otherwise, you can continue plus. And again, this is why I think that it's really nice to have these saves periodically. So what I'm going to do here is load this save at star level 3. And we'll just see here. You can see my stats now. Surge is at 630 health. You can see also on the bottom there, it's 48 stars. So basically, this kind of just overwrites your star level that you were at on that 3rd star, right? And brings us up to 48, as well as all of our stats. Now, at this point, you can go into Termina, choose your second guide, and then continue on. And now, again, in my opinion, you can, I should say, so if you don't want to play all the way through the Viper Manor events, you can just choose your guide and then come right out here to Opassa Beach. And you can use the time egg here to beat the game. You can then save your game again, let the credits roll, save your game, and that will be your second clear file. Now, you don't need to keep your first clear file if you don't want to. There's no real benefit to keeping that, right? You might as well just overwrite it. And then at that point, you can load that save and then continue plus onto your Viper Manor guide one more time. And then again, depending on whether or not you want to skip some stuff, you could just come right down to Opassa Beach one more time, right? And beat the game. Or just continue on, do the Viper Manor stuff, and then choose to save or not save kid. Again, it's your choice, right? And at that point, you'll have basically all of your guides and as well as all of the characters from the save kit. Basically, it's 6 characters, right, from the save kit or don't save kit path. And then just beat your game one more time. Save your clear file, and then load that clear file and continue plus onto your save at. Whoops, I'm in the wrong slot. I think. Let's see here. Slot 2. Yeah. Continue plus onto the file that you still have Harle. Again, you can take a look at this process. I'll have this written down or typed out basically in the description box of the video. I think that that's probably going to be a little bit easier than trying to understand this just from me saying that. But after you have continue plus onto this file, then you'll have everybody in your roster. And at that point, immediately you'll want to beat the game one last time, clear or save your clear file, and then basically you've got everybody added on to that right in your clear file. At that point, then you can do a new game plus onto your star level 40 save, and then what you're going to want to do is go into the Hydra Marshes in the homeworld. It has to be in the homeworld. And go to Sprague's house. Let's just do that really quickly. Actually, here. All right, so I'll show you this. So we'll use the level 48 star level clear file that I had mentioned earlier, and then I'll do a continue plus onto. Let's do one of my other saves. Here we go. So this is actually my second playthrough the game that I did, where I took the opposite choices. Oops, and I'm in the wrong world. So let's head over to Opassa Beach. We'll just transfer over really quickly. Do that astral amulet here. Skip through that cutscene, and we'll go into the homeworld. And whoops, got stuck on the wall, of course. Why wouldn't we do that? And we'll use the astral amulet here. At this point, we end up in Sprague's house, where she complains that her house is unfortunately connected to the Hydra Marshes, and she's so sad that she says she'll cry herself to sleep. Now, if you take one step to the right, it says the Chrono Cross seems to be responding to the unstable dimension. At that point, you use the Chrono Cross. And that is going to pull all of the characters from your save into your current party. I'm going to go down here just so that we can use the teleporter at the save spot, or save sphere. So we'll take a look at the teleporter here. So you can see now at this point I have Nikki. Again, that was from my initial playthrough. And then I've got Razlie, Korcha, Glenn, Doc, Matcha, Mel. The only 2 people, so I'm missing 2 people though. That's because I'm missing my 3rd Viper Manor guide as well as Harle. So that is the process to actually use the Chrono Cross. You don't need to do this every single time. So like, you know, the save, for instance, that it's not using the Chrono Cross itself that like makes those people active. It's just that all you have to do is basically any character that you've recruited when you beat the game. That is a character that will permanently be a part of your roster then. So hopefully that helps explain how that's happening. It's just that the Chrono Cross makes them active in your party. So yeah, so I guess just keep that in mind, right? So you'll be playing through the game again. Say you're all the way to the 40th star, and you know you have to make specific choices. Who you chose as your guide, and whether or not you chose Kid. Now. And so when you get to the 40th star, basically, right, that's the first point that you can actually obtain the Chrono Cross, and then you use that. Well, then that's the way that you pull everybody from your roster across from your other playthroughs. So again, hopefully that makes sense. But again, if it's confusing, it is a little bit at least. But I think that hopefully the guide that I include in the description box will kind of help explain things. But that is pretty much it for New Game Plus and Continue Plus. I guess the last thing that I would say is that by continually continue plussing from the 40th star, you can keep building up your star level. And you know, at that point you've got access to your entire roster. You don't need to do that though. You can just do New Game Pluses, you know, and just let the stars add up if you want. But that's really kind of up to you. But anyways, I think that's going to be it for this one. So as always, I hope the guide was helpful, and thank you for watching.